kind of a post-game, post-match press conference. It takes place a couple of days after the guys have played, but it's an opportunity for the fans to interact with the guys, to ask questions and learn more about them as players and also as people. And joining me today, we have a special guest. In addition to the boys of Team AXLE-R8, Ronsky and Bambi, J-Bot, and Tool, we also have Faded, who played in the RLCS quals for us last weekend. Glad to have them all here. And we're just going to hop right into it. Our first question of the day comes from Krusty, and his question is for Ron. He asks, Ron, what is your pregame/game day routine?
Thank you, Krusty, for asking this question. So each player is a bit different, but we do the same thing as a team before every tournament and scrim, actually. We start each game day with VOD review and a short meeting just to set expectations. And that could include either going in with a game plan against another team or just checking out our own gameplay to work through some inconsistencies. That then leads into a warm-up scrim, preferably the team that we are not playing first round, and then game day. And then each game day ends with, a little wrap-up meeting as well, going over the day.
Cool. Yeah, all that stuff is really important. Stuff people don't know, right? Stuff behind the scenes that happens before we just get to see the epic matches, but that's really cool. All right, next question we have is from Connor, and it's a question for everyone. So we'll go down the list. If you had to use a car other than the Octane, Fennec, or Dominus, what car would it be? Let's start with Bambi, then we'll go J-Bot, Tool, Ron, and Faded. Bambi, start us off.
For me, it would definitely be the Batmobile. I think that's like the fourth most used car in Rock League. And also Cookster uses it still. So that's a plus. So,
Does he still use it?
Yeah, I think he still rocks it. Yeah.
There's consistency right there.
For sure.
For me, a little known fact, when I first started playing Rocket League, like when I first downloaded the game, I just pulled it up and I rocked the X Devil. And it's a horribly ugly car now that I realize it, but at the time I was like, this thing's sick. And so I just rocked the X Devil, and I think it would be nice to bring it back at a competitive play.
That's sick.
For me, I'd have to say the DeLorean just because of the demos. Not gonna lie. The demos
Wait, is it like OP in the demo department?
Yeah, it creates like I don't know what to call it. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Is there a different like animation or something?
Yeah, there's like a different.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And also like when you get like a flip reset, you're able to like tell like,
and you can see it.
Yeah, because the wheels like flip back.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's like the only car that you could tell like 100% if you got a flip or not.
It's actually broken.
Yeah.
This is new meta, groundbreaking.
Good meta, bro.
That's crazy. Ron?
I will have to follow up on Bambi and say the Batmobile. Although every time, every season a new car comes out, I'm always like, oh snap, this is the new meta. But then give it a couple days and the car is kind of not
like
it.
The dingo.
Everyone thought
actually
the dingo.
The heck is the dingo?
Wait, you
I'd have
changed
to
your
say
answer
Batmobile though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, dude, I remember when the dingo came out, everyone was like, this
this
car is going to be meta. I have a buddy named Marty who's still trying to rock. You know Marty, Ron. He loves
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Now, Faded, what's your car?
I was gonna say the Batmobile too, but I played in the BMW once. Kind of peaked in it. I'm not gonna lie. One of those two.
Beamer.
The BMW kind of goes hard. I'm not gonna lie.
That's what I was saying.
That's a nice car.
Dude, I always get mad at the NASCAR cars. Like, I feel like they're faster. Like,
Yeah,
I feel like they coded it. You know what I mean?
So
Somehow
true.
they got that in the partnership agreement. All right, cool. Next question is from Shahi. How different does it feel when playing bubble teams or teams in quals compared to when you guys make the main event and match up against the top team? J-Bot, why don't you take that one?
Yeah, so I think the main thing is, well, first of all, like there are definitely mechanical differences, but what really takes, like there's still mechanical teams that you might play in quals, but I think really what takes like higher teams up to the next level is just their like ice under pressure, their like ability to make the right decision quickly in a tournament setting, and just like be able to do that every single time and always making the right decisions and just sort of not panicking given the moment of like the heat of the moment. So I think that's the main thing, is just like their ability to sort of take themselves out of a tournament setting and just play how they normally would and not let that affect them at all. I think that's like a huge thing that upper teams have over like teams we would play in quals.
I think
Yeah.
bubble teams though, like they also have like that like pop off potential, you know, compared to like you don't know where you're gonna get sometimes. Sometimes they could be God mode, and then I don't know. Sometimes you're
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, and I feel like that kind of ties into what Jay was talking about too. I mean, these top teams have so many reps, right, at like the highest stage, and you know, even their worst day then looks pretty good. But I agree. I
Yeah.
think we've seen in like a lot of the bubble scene tournaments, like who knows who's gonna show up on that day. Like
Yeah.
I think like Mama Cito's had that great run, or someone like that in one of those tournaments. Like it's just crazy. They come out of the woodwork sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Cool.
Agreed.
Okay, our next question, and we'll have everyone answer this as well. I really like this one because I feel like you get to learn a lot about a person through this. So the question is from Brandon Ken. He asks, how much caffeine do you intake on the daily? So we'll do the same order. Bambi, J-Bot, Tool, Ron, Faded. Start with you, Bambi.
I honestly don't like have too much caffeine. Definitely when I know that I'm gonna get tired throughout the day, I pop a nerdy, and
Yeah.
it gets me going. But other than that, I honestly don't really like I don't really do caffeine. Yeah. However much caffeine that is, like, you know, I don't really do like much of it.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I think for me, like I remember when I was like in middle school, like my dad took me to like McDonald's for school a couple times, and he like I tried coffee and I just actually hated it so much. Like I never drank the whole thing. So I've never really been a coffee guy. I guess whenever it comes to like using caffeine otherwise, like it's sort of like a situational thing. Like if I really need to stay up late to finish something and I got a nerd focus, you know, I'll throw one back just to keep me up for a little longer so I can grind out the homework or whatever I'm doing. um so I think it's really situational. I've never really got hooked on it or anything like that in the past. So yeah, I don't really do it too much.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, I think does sweet tea have caffeine in it? You guys know?
Yeah.
That's
does.
the only thing I
Probably,
think
yeah.
I would drink that would have caffeine. But
Soda?
the occasional, no, I don't drink soda actually.
I actually forgot about soda.
Sweet
really
tea's
have-
crazy, man. You get that sugar
Sweet-
and that caffeine. I mean, woo. Good
Yeah,
morning.
that's my favorite drink.
Yeah, I'm actually an unsweet tea guy, which I get a lot of hate for.
Mm.
That
My
tastes
mom's
so
the same.
bad.
This
It
tastes like
tastes
dirty
so
water.
No,
bad.
but you
Bro,
just put sugar in it.
it's
You just put
efficient,
sugar.
bro. It's an efficient
Nasty.
drink,
Yeah, you
man.
put sugar in it though. It's good.
Nah. We don't. I ain't messing with the sugar. All right, Ron. What's your caffeine schedule looking like?
I am religious when it comes to caffeine. 2 cups before my workout in the morning, and then a cup at 10 a.m. and then of coffee.
Right.
Coffee, and then depending on the day and my workload, if I don't have work, I try not to drink caffeine after 10 a.m. because it stays in your system for up to 8 hours. But if I do have work, which is most often the case, I have another cup of tea around 3 p.m. So I'm very religious with like the time periods, but I drink a lot of caffeine.
Nice. Faded.
I don't have that much caffeine. I drink water almost all day.
Just a water guy.
I had some apple juice today.
Oh yeah, it's about
Hey.
apple juice. Too. Apple juice is fire. No
That's
cap.
it. I don't think there's any caffeine in it. But yeah, that's about it. I don't really drink caffeine.
I'm with you.
Yeah. I will
feel
say,
it.
don't try not to pop a nerdy after 7 o'clock in the day, because I had
Because
two
they
one
work,
time during
bro.
the
They
regional.
work.
They
They
do,
work
yeah.
for real.
I stayed
Yeah.
up probably till 5 that morning. Probably 7 that morning.
You gotta be smart with
It's
it for
crazy.
sure.
Yeah, I gotta be
Yeah.
smart with it for sure. We gotta learn about Ron's caffeine schedule. We gotta take notes on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, for real.
Sure.
Maybe that's the next
Yeah.
YouTube video. Forget the coaching tips. We want to know about the caffeine intake.
True.
All right. Next question I have, it's gonna be for you, Faded, and it's kind of a combination of just a question I had and also that Collide put in our live chat. Basically, you know, how did you feel about playing in the regional this weekend, and then how did you feel about the performance overall as a team?
I didn't really know what to expect. I haven't like competed in anything in like a long time, other than like maybe a scrim or two. So I think I did all right. I think we played pretty good, but I don't think I was really 100% ready. I guess I'm just not
Yeah.
used to it.
I mean, I think you hit one of the craziest doubles I've ever seen, so that's got to be worth
Yeah.
something.
Faded,
think
you do
we'll-
play CRL. So
Yeah, I'm playing against champ twos most of the time.
you,
Not the same thing,
still,
bro.
you still compete.
didn't
and
make
you're
it.
actively. Oh,
Don't bring it
Well,
up, Ron.
all good,
Don't
all
bring it up.
good.
We ain't make it.
you still play six man, so you still compete at a high level. But I
Yeah,
think
but
in a
It's not the
tournament
same.
setting, RLCS,
Yeah,
with the
it's
pressure
different.
on. But you
I'm
played great.
not gonna throw any names out there, but there's a lot of rank A that is nowhere near an RLCS. Just saying.
We'll leave out the name drops. Just ruin all of rank A. It's fine. Perfect.
Oh no, they know who they are.
They will never admit it, but yeah, okay. Love it. We have another question from the live chat. It's from Julian. I really like this question. He asks, do you guys think a good amount of sleep plays a big role in your gameplay? And what are your sleep schedules looking like? And let's just go down the list. I want to hear about everyone. We got everyone's caffeine schedules. Let's talk about sleep now.
Oh man.
So we'll start with Bambi.
For me, most of the time, I try to go to sleep before 2 or 1, which is like kind of late, but compared to like other Rock League players, like it's like pretty good. But there are
Yeah.
some days that I have to wake up at like 6:30, so I try to go to sleep at like 12. So I get consistently, I'd say like 6 to 8 hours. I try. So yeah, and sleep definitely does play a huge role in the way you play. I feel like, I mean, it plays a big role in like just your life in general. If you get good sleep, then you can perform better, you could function better and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Wait, so what are you doing at 6:30 some days? You early riser?
no.
That's crazy.
No, yeah, I got a class like it happens every 2 weeks, and it starts at 7:30. So I have to.
Oh
wake
my
up at 6:30.
gosh.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I'd be switching out of that right away. No cap. All right, J-Bot, what about you? How's your sleep looking?
It's all right. I mean, it's highly dependent on how like loaded of a week I have. Sometimes I just gotta stay up to finish stuff, but I usually like if I do stay up, I'll supplement that with some naps the next day, or maybe just not go to my 8 a.m. class that I have some days.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Doesn't
I-
watch
I-
this.
Exposed.
I look at the lecture notes afterwards. Let's relax, guys. Yeah, so it'll often stay up sort of similar to Bambi. Like I try to get in bed before 1, and then often I won't fall asleep until like 1:30 or something like that. So that's like a normal night, and most time I don't have classes till like 11 or later, so that's fine. But yeah, occasionally it's bad.
Yeah, for me, I've been going to bed at like 2. I'd say to maybe like 10 o'clock, with the occasional, of course, like 6 a.m. to 1 o'clock. But
Sometimes you
Productive,
gotta go
though.
crazy, right?
Being
Yeah.
productive.
exactly,
Late
I'm
at
being
night, yeah.
productive late at night. Yeah,
Mhm.
you would know about that, Ron.
Yeah.
Right.
I can't wait till we get to Ron's sleep schedule.
Oh man, it's embarrassing.
I think it's gonna be a little different. Maybe. Who knows? You know, no spoilers.
Yeah, but it definitely affects the way you play. Like I definitely can feel the difference.
For sure. All right,
Agreed.
Ron, you're up.
All right, so I am a very untraditional gamer, but I do agree with what Bambi said about performance. I'm an 8-hour guy. Anything under, I feel it. And I am a 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. schedule. But obviously, when we have tournaments, I will be staying up later because typically tournaments start at 7 p.m. Eastern. But I still try to wake up at 6 a.m. so that I'm keeping that consistency. Consistency is super important for mental health, and I think that directly ties into performance in esports. So I'm a big advocate of sleep. Also, not drinking an energy drink after 7 at night. That is a bad idea.
For sure. Definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
But very consistent.
All right, Faded. What about you?
I don't have a good sleep schedule. I go to bed at like 6 in the morning. I wake up.
Oh, sheesh.
I wake up at like 8, so I get like 2 hours of sleep every day.
Wow.
I got an 8 a.m.
Yeah.
class or a 9 a.m. class every single day. I go to bed at like 5 or 6 in the morning, so I don't sleep that much. But then
I'd actually
yeah.
die.
that's about it.
Wow.
No,
Do you ever nap or
No.
anything like that?
I do not nap at all.
You just exist on 2 hours of sleep, huh?
Yeah, if I sleep a lot, if I sleep longer, I feel terrible. I just feel sick.
Well, that's what we have Nerd Focus for, right? It's to
Yeah,
just
His
do
exactly.
body
this.
just produces caffeine on itself.
It's just how it's always been. I've just never slept much, so I'm just used to it. I don't know.
That's crazy. I think you're doing fine. So maybe you just have like a buff that none
chilling.
of us got. You know what I mean?
You got the new iOS update in his
Yeah.
body.
Yeah.
Like, how did you pull this off?
I don't know. I'm
That's crazy.
just not a sleeper.
All right, man. All right. Well, awesome. This has been great, guys. We appreciate everyone coming out and all the questions. There's actually one more that I'm gonna take. Clyde asked another question. He said, "Will we ever see an Accelerate hosted tournament?" And I want to say we got some fun things in the works. Got a lot of fun ideas how to spice up this off season between the splits. So make sure you stay tuned. Keep following Team Accelerate. And thank you guys so much for joining us for HEB after the match. We appreciate it very much. We appreciate all the fans, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
See ya.
Yeah.
Every day you're with me when I think I can't stand, think I can't stand. You got